Hello guys. Yes, thanks for the reminder. I have started the recording, and that was so nice. I have connected a lot of sessions, but almost 25 to 30% of my sessions went without recording. Because I usually forget to start the recording. Okay, so now since the basic is clear, okay, now let's start. We'll move towards a more of the coding part, right? Because only basic won't work, though it's necessary. But you should be getting the idea of how do you actually convert your logic or your base into implementation. Okay, can you guys see my Eclipse screen? I hope it's visible. Okay, so we will say let's have this. I have this project over here, and I'll try to create one class within this. I'll simply say alerts. Okay, this is my alerts class. Okay, I'll have one main method over here. So step one is you have to launch your WebDriver. Okay, you have to launch your WebDriver. Okay, I'll quickly copy that code because that is not the intention over here to. Okay, this is okay. I'll go over here. One second. There's one variable defined over here. Okay. Okay. So what I'm doing is I have just copied my code. Okay. Import WebDriver. Okay. If you get such errors, you have to simply import your WebDrivers. Okay. And what I'll do is, 1 second. Let me reshare my entire screen, so that it's visible. Okay. This is my Chrome window, right? So first we will see, probably let's try to see the alert boxes. Okay. So I'll use this URL. Okay. I'll use this URL. Okay. What will this do? This will launch your URL. Okay. Up till now, I'll be able to launch my URL, my application, I would say. Okay. After that, what I have to do is, so now let's try to focus on this URL. Okay. Now, can you see if I click on this, it's giving you an alert box. Okay. So what's the first step is I have to click on this. Okay. So how do you click? You identify that particular element. Okay. Click me. Okay. You identify this particular element, and you can use any way to identify your element. Okay. Let's say I'll use this XPath. Okay. I'll use this XPath. Okay. So I'll say driver dot find element, right? How do you click? You say by dot XPath, and within double quotes you specify the XPath. Okay, and in the end you say click. In the end you say dot click. Clear? Now after this, I would say let's try to run this much. Okay, let's try to run this. Okay, so it says Chrome driver was started successfully. That's good. So we can launch the URL. Okay, can you see I am an alert box? It's clicking and the alert box is generated, right? Is this visible, guys? It's clicking on the alert box over here. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to click on this OK button, right? So you cannot go for the usual method of finding the XPath of this OK button and then doing something, right? So what you have to do is, as I said, if you get any alerts, right, what do you have to do? You have to handle that particular alerts. Okay. So I'll say, let's say after clicking on this, there is an alert which is generated. Okay. So switch is a method, right? Switch is a method. And within this switch, there are multiple methods which you can use to handle your switching parts. Okay. So if I want to say alerts, right? So I'll say alert. Now this is switching to an alert. Okay. But only switching to an alert won't suffice. As I said, right? You are pointing this line. Okay. Only this line is pointing towards alert, right? But this won't suffice, right? Only pointing towards alert won't suffice. You have to click on the options which are available in that particular alert box. Okay. So what we have to say is driver.switch to dot alert, and if you see this alert dot, you can have accept, you can have dismiss, you have your get text. Okay, you have many other things, right? You have many other options. So first I'll say get me the text. Okay, I want to print what is the text which is available. Okay, so I'll simply write this, I'll print this. Okay, I want to print this. Second thing is I'll say, instead of get text, I'll say accept the alert. Okay, accept the alert. Clear? And after that, I'll try to quit my browser. So I'll say driver.quit. Clear? And over here, I'll also print one line just for an confirmation. Okay. It has, like, it is saying identified the alert, and now clicking, and now exiting the application. Okay, now it's trying to exit the application. Now let's try to run this. Okay, so it launches your Chrome driver. It will launch, it will load your URL. It was actually too fast, guys. I'm sorry. It was too fast. So if you want to slow this down, okay, first let's see what do we have in the console. Okay, so can you see in the console, it says, I'm an alert box. Okay, if you go over here, right? If you click on this, see, I'm an alert box. This is the text which is being displayed, right? I'm an alert box. So when I'm using get text, it is actually getting you the text which is displayed on that particular alert box. So there are two test cases which you can cover in this particular mechanism, right? Now I will not be focusing on more on how do you write test cases and all, but yes, two test cases would be, first thing is when you want and when you know that there should be an alert generated, right? So your what test case one should be, alert should be generated, right? So you can verify if there is an alert generated. Test case two should be, there should be some text which needs to be displayed on the alert, right? It can be mentioned in your Jira ticket or maybe your functional requirement, right? So you can verify if that particular text is being displayed on that particular alert box, yes or no. If it is not displayed, you can say, you can fail your test cases. Third thing is you can accept that particular alert. Okay, so how do you handle the text which is being displayed? Your test case two, over here what you have to do is get the text, okay, displayed on the alert, okay, alert box, and compare, okay, compare it with the expected text, okay, compare it with the expected text, and then you can fail your test cases. Clear? How do you compare? You can use a dot equals method for string. Clear? So this is more or less of your alerts. Now let's imagine we are on this particular page, okay? Same page, but on the difference. I say click me. Now can you see there are two options, right? You can click on cancel. See, it's giving you messages. You pressed cancel over here. And if you click on OK, it's giving you a message. You pressed OK. Okay. And yeah, one more thing which I was trying to show you is, I was trying to show you, it was too quick, right? So I'll say thread.sleep and I'll say 3000 milliseconds. That is 3 seconds. Okay. So thread.sleep actually accepts the parameter in milliseconds. Okay. Now when I try to run this, probably it should wait for 3 seconds, and then you can see that we have an alert generated. Okay. Now see, the alert is being generated. It's waiting for 3 seconds, and now it has clicked on that particular alert. Clear, guys? Now the second type of alert which we have is, it's giving me an options. Okay. To, when I say click me, okay, it has an OK button or it has an cancel button. Clear? So it is like you can accept or you can dismiss this particular alerts. Okay. So what I'll do is, over here, I'll say, first I have to identify the element, right? So I'll go over here and I'll say click me and I'll get the XPath. Clear? Now I have the XPath and I'll say driver dot find element by dot XPath, and within double quotes you have to specify dot click. Clear? Now, what happens when you click on this? Again, there is an alert generated. So you have to handle that particular alert. So I'll say driver dot switch to, okay. And guys, there's one more thing. We'll have the session from 8 to 9. So if in case, right, we are not able to cover the window handles and frames, we can take it up tomorrow. Okay. So driver dot switch to, again, you have to switch to an alert because there is an alert present. And what you have to do is either you have to accept. Okay, let's say first I'll say I want to accept it. After accept, I'll say thread dot sleep. Okay, 4000, because I want to show you that there is a message which is in displayed, and I'll print this. Okay, and over here I'll say identified the alert, and now I'll say accepting the alert. Okay. Okay. Now when I try to run this, hopefully it should I at least accept that the new alert. This is the first alert, right? Don't get confused. This is the first alert. I click on OK. Now it was the second alert, right? Can you see this? It has given a message. You pressed OK. Did you saw the message? One more thing which I'm missing is, I'll have to actually use full screen so that it's like easy. So I'll say driver. Sorry, I'll say driver dot manage dot somewhere in window you get this option dot maximize. Okay, now it will maximize. Okay, so if now you saw the accept, right? Instead of accept, now I'll say, okay, I don't want to print this. Now I want to say, okay, driver dot switch. Oh, sorry. I'll say driver dot switch to dot alert, and I'll say dismiss. Okay, I want to dismiss. And now I'll copy this and I'll paste it over here, and I'll say dismissing the alert. One second, guys. Let me close the WhatsApp window. A lot of chat. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So we were on. Yeah. So we have identified the alert. Okay. And now we are trying to dismiss the alert. Cool. And then I'll show you. We have used thread.sleep. So we will see on the execution part. Right. Okay. So we have launched. Again, it's a full screen. That's good. It has clicked on I'm an alert box. Okay. Now can you see it has clicked on cancel? Yeah. So we were using dismiss, right? So it says identified the alert, and now, okay, this is because of the first message, and now it is dismissing. Clear? Okay. So it has identified the alert and it has dismissed. So we can use dismiss, or if you want, we can use accept. Okay. But now there's one more type of alert. Sometimes, sometimes what happens, there is an alert which is being displayed on the UI. Okay. And there is some text which is also required. Okay, user has to enter some of the text. For example, this alert. Okay, again, this is a simple JavaScript alert box, but when you click on this, it says you to enter something. So if I enter my name, right? So if I enter Ajay Mishra, and if I click on OK, okay, so it's displaying it, right? You have entered Ajay Mishra. Okay, and meanwhile, guys, over here you have covered your 3 test cases. Okay, so if you click on this, you should have 2 options, right? First, you can verify the text. Okay, and then if you click on accept, it should accept. If you click on dismiss, it should dismiss. Okay, and then also a message. Okay, now this is the different types of alert. Okay, we will see all types of alerts. So for tomorrow, if you're working on Selenium, if you get any type of alert, you should be able to handle it. Okay, so this is the third type of alert, wherein if you click something, it is asking you for some value. Okay, it can be anything, but it is asking you for some value, and then you have to enter the value, and then you have to click on OK. Clear? So now, how do you handle that? So first thing is, I'll have to I'll identify the element over here. Okay, so this is my element. I'll copy. Okay, and I'll say driver dot find element. I'll say by dot xpath. I have this xpath. Okay, and I'll say dot click. Once I use this statement, it will click on that particular alert. After clicking on that particular alert, what I have to do is I do not have to accept or dismiss at this point, right? Because I have to send some value to that particular alert boxes, right? I have to send some value to that particular alert box. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll say driver dot. Okay. So one thing is I have this, one second. I have this alert boxes over here. Okay. So if you encounter a situation, okay, wherein you have to enter a value, okay, wherein you have to enter a value, then you cannot simply use accept or dismiss, right? Again, if it is like not a mandatory field, okay, then you can use any of the values, okay. But if it is a mandatory field, then you will probably get an error, okay. If it is a mandatory field, then you most probably you will get an error, okay. In such cases, what you have to do is, okay, so let me show you 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I'm coming into it. Yeah. So if you click on this, you have to handle this element over here, right? So what I'll do is, first thing is, this will give you an alert. Okay. Now again, you have to switch, right? In any case, you have to switch. Now the normal way, like you have to identify the text and then send keys, that won't work over here, right? But you know one thing, right? One basic is clear. If you have an alert, what you have to do? Switch to alert. So the first point is switch to alert. So I'll say driver dot switch to dot, there's an alert, right? So I'll switch to alert and then I'll say send keys, okay? And it's saying keys to send. So you have a provision, let's say Ajay, okay? I'll send my keys and then I can say driver dot switch to dot alert. Over here, you can say, what was the options over here? Okay, right? So you can say alert dot accept. Clear? And after entering something, I would like to give some sleep so that you guys can see that it has, and after this also I like to give some sleep so that we can see the message as well on the UI. Okay, now let's try to run this. Okay, so it has launched your application. It will click on the first alert box. Okay, that's fine. First one is working fine. Then it's clicked on the second alert box. Okay, then it clicked on the third alert box. It is saying to enter your name, and after entering your name, if you can see, the name is displayed over here, and then it is closing the application. Okay, and then it's closing the application. This was more or less of your alerts. Any doubt in alerts, guys? So initially we went through the concept. The concept is clear. Now we went through the implementation part. Okay, so this is more or less of your implementation code. Okay, more or less this is your code, and I'll share the recording. Okay, you guys can practice, but the basic mechanism tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, if we see, let's say window handles, right? Multiple windows or maybe frames, right? So one thing which is common is, and what is the one thing which is common? You click on something and something is getting generated. It can be an alert. It can be something is within a frame or a new window. One thing is common is, no. Okay, so Mohit. Now it depends, right? Let me show you one thing. When I click over here, by default, there is some value displayed over here. Clear? If I click on OK, it is taking that particular value and it is saying, okay, you have entered this value. Since this is a dummy application, there is no validation over here, right? But when you actually work on a real-time application on your project, right? So it depends. If you want, if this field is a not null field, okay? If this is a mandatory field, okay, and then when you try to click on OK, it will give you a warning message, all right? But see, over here, it is displaying null. If you enter nothing, it is displaying null. So if it is a mandatory field, again, you will have to handle it, right? So when you try to click on OK, it will give you a warning message, okay? Some message will be, again, that would be one of your cases, right? Let's imagine I enter nothing, and if I click on OK, there should be a warning message displayed over here or somewhere, right? Or it might give you one more alert. Okay, maybe that can be the case. Okay, but alerts, it happens, right? Let's go. Okay, let me try to delete, right? What can I do? So if I go over here, if I'm try to delete this XPath learning, okay, I'll try to delete this. Now, can you see this is more, this is an alert, of course, but this is more of a confirmation alert. Okay, because over here, the system is giving user an option to either accept or to dismiss, right? I can say cancel, or maybe I can say okay. Clear? But this alert, okay, this alert is more of a alert box wherein you don't have any option, you just have to accept. For example, some of the websites don't work when you don't accept the cookies or something like that, right? So you have to accept the cookies, only then it will proceed. For deletion, this is a common example in your Windows, right? You might be using Windows or Mac, right? Yeah. So any application or any folder, if you want to delete, right? If you want to delete any file, it gives you an option, right? That is more of a confirmation box. Are you sure you want to delete it? Okay. And if you say yes, it will go ahead and delete. And if you don't want to delete, you can simply say dismiss. Okay. Clear? Guys, clear? I think we are good with we have covered the basics of all three, but from implementation point, we have covered only alerts. So tomorrow, probably we will see, tomorrow definitely I'll conduct a session no matter what, so same time, 8 to 9 p.m. we will see the other two, right? And those were, I'll write that over here. Okay. This was my alerts demo, right? So I'll simply write tomorrow we have to see window handling and frames. Tomorrow we will see window handling and frames. Clear? And yeah, so guys, in the initial days, I had started Java and I completed the entire Java course. Okay. And I have the Java playlist as well. Those were recorded session and I have uploaded it on the YouTube. I have the playlist I can share with you. And then we started with Selenium, but somehow we were not able to complete the Selenium. Okay. So my target is, to be very frank, my target is to, there is not a big channel, it's just a very basic thing for the community people. We were like, I'll share everything over here. Okay, let me try to do this. Let me share it over here. Okay, 1 second. I'll pause the share. I have paused the share, guys, because the problem is, a lot of people have joined from different groups. I mean, like 7 to 8 groups. And now to again share the link and all, it would be very difficult for me as well to go to every group. Okay. I would do one thing. I'm sure. 1 second, guys. I'm sharing you the link. Okay. And before we end the session, okay. Couple of minutes, guys. Okay. So now, can everyone see the in the chat window? I have given you my playlist. Can you guys see the playlist? Is it available now? And the other thing is, guys, before we end the session, can you just simply copy this and paste it somewhere on your notepad or anywhere, because if we end the session, the chat window, the chat window would be destroyed. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to please copy this. This is Core Java playlist and this is Selenium Basics. So I started with Core Java and I tried to cover a lot of topics related to Core Java. And then I started with Selenium, and it's absolutely my fault that I was not able to, continue with the Selenium. Okay. And yeah, that's something bad on my side. If I have started something, I should have been completed. Yeah. But now I am back to basic and I'm starting again to focus on the videos and the sessions, right? So I'll try to cover maximum as possible. Okay, guys. So I think we have covered, the plan for today was to cover more other two topics as well. But since time limitation and since we went too deep into the basics, so I think we should wrap up at this point. Yeah, I'm waiting so that guys can copy this. Yeah. Everyone, okay, all the members, make sure that you copy this. Okay. So for those people, right, for those people who are in my Java sessions, group 1, group 2, and group 3, even if they don't copy, it's fine because it's there in the group description. Okay. For the Java sessions, group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay. A lot of people are from Java sessions, group 1, 2, and 3. If you don't copy, that's fine. It's there in the group description. But for others who have been joining from different groups, they can copy this. Let me know when we can wind up the sessions. or someone who has already been copied and we are good, we can wind the sessions.